Hi, I'm Debra Meiburg, and I'm with Jon Phillips of Inspiration Vineyards, which is located right in my hometown area, Russian River Valley in Sonoma County. So Jon, you moved there. Why? What's it like? Could you describe it a little bit?
Well, it was one of our favorite destinations, about an hour north of San Francisco, rolling hills, vineyards, the Russian River itself, which is just a wonderful little river, recreational river that goes through the valley to the ocean. And it's probably one of the best places in California to grow Pinot Noir and Chardonnay.
So you grow Pinot, Chardonnay, but you're standing here with a medal-winning Cabernet.
Yes, a little bit further north of the Russian River is Dry Creek, and I have a very good friend of mine that owns a vineyard up there near the town of Healdsburg. And that's also one of our draws to that region because there are great restaurants, wonderful little towns that I think are on par and even better than the Napa Valley.
Those other guys.
Those other guys.
So tell me a little bit about the Cabernet. What's the style that you're seeking in your Cabernet?
I have to say that I am working towards a very food-friendly wine, one that has good acidity. It probably is, in terms of it, my inspiration for the wine is probably a French-inspired Bordeaux from the Mid-Occ region. It has good cassis characters, just a slight amount of green pepper quality that tells you that it's Cab. And then because it's been aged for 2 years in French and European oak, you have a nice cedar finish, and it gives you a good full mouth of fruit and also good acidity and balance to go with food.
Now your vineyards are relatively flat.
Correct.
Does that pose any special challenges for you in growing grapes?
I think our biggest challenge is our canopy system where our Chardonnay is planted, because we're planted north, our vines are facing north and south, and so we have to really pay close attention to the sunlight on the canopy when we remove leaves. Otherwise we end up with sunburn on one side of our canopy or on the grapes versus the other side. So that's probably our biggest challenge.
So that's kind of like laying in a lounge chair too long on your back.
One side,
yeah,
exactly,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, we're in a very great area for fruit. We get nice cool evenings, and I would say that the only other challenge is that sometimes in April we're frost prone, and so that could also wreak havoc on the fruit in our vineyard.
And how would you describe the Pinot Noir fruit from Russian River Valley?
Oh, luscious, a nice strawberry characteristic, good tannins, great color extraction for Pinot Noir, which can be very temperamental. And again, very Burgundian in terms of the kinds of styles that we can produce. I was telling someone yesterday that I would say it's reminiscent of some of the Burgundies that come out of Beaune.
What are some of the challenges with starting a new label from Sonoma County?
Probably the biggest challenge I've faced is that you're a little guy starting a small label and you're competing against some very well-received established brands in our market. So I find that especially when I'm selling wine in California, and the closer I am to the wine country, is probably the more difficult challenge, because I'm competing against some really well-established brands that have that name recognition and basically a lot of the market share. So it's really convincing sommeliers to try the wine, see how they would fit in their food and wine pairings in their restaurants, and generally speaking, once I get them to try the wines, I can win them over, and they can really see that I put a lot of passion into the wines that I make.
What would be your favorite food suggestion for, let's say, for your Pinot?
For the Pinot, I would say a dried cherry reduction with a pork tenderloin, and of course the Pinot Noir. It's a fantastic marriage.
Sounds delicious.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.